Welcome to another review, and this time with Generations Whirl from the IDW line. Alright, and you see him, he's the exact replica from the G1 series, however with articulation. And his color scheme represents also quite similar to Blur from the G1 series. Okay, and he has three modes. He has a helipad mode, which is the gear walk mode. This is the robot, and the helicopter mode. Alright, he has two Autobot logos, one on his right shoulder and on the chest. They're all stickers. Okay, and basically this is him in robot mode, and I will show you the transformation from robot to helicopter mode and to gearwalk mode. Alright, and first and foremost, we'd like to talk about his his articulation. Basically, his head, you can rotate his head this way, a full turn. Okay, and he does have a light piping at the back of his head. However, when you move his antenna here, when you move his antenna down, it will actually prevent any light from coming through. I'm not too sure what this function is for. However, this guy resembles, his head sculpt represents to me like from the Decepticons Shockwave. However, you can extend his head by tilting this up slightly, so it gives him a better look. He's a bit taller. However, I would prefer his head to be a bit lowered. Okay, for his shoulders, here is on a ball joint. You can see you can turn it. It goes a full turn this way. However, you can for a better articulation, try to pull out this piece of the shoulder, which you can collapse inside. Alright, and by doing so, you have a much more variety of articulation. You can actually move this a bit up, down, back, and so forth. Alright, however, I like this to be pushed in. Okay, he has a ball jointed shoulder over here. You can rotate his you can twist this part here. He has a double jointed elbow, and his wrist is basically made out of pincers. Or you can see his it's a bit of like a you can actually put this in here and take this right out on both hands. He does not have a wrist articulation at all due to this part here. However, the leg slides up and down like this. Right, his leg, however, is not on a ball joint, however on a rotating mechanism here, and basically his low part of the leg is basically looks like a chicken leg right here. His feet, you can't actually twist and turn at all, and that's about it for his articulation. However, you can move this around. Okay, and you must be quite careful when you actually move this part down or move it back here. It requires a bit of force. A few people have actually snapped this off previously. So what you need to do is basically use your hand here, push this down. It requires a bit of force. Move this part here and close this part here. This would be the ideal on safest leg transformation you can have, but it will not necessarily represent the ideal stance for all aboard Whirl. Right, what you need to do is basically come here, push this down slightly, and put it back to place. And then and this will actually make Whirl a bit more taller. Okay. Right. And next, these are his weapons. They are held together in a port, which you can take it out here. This is the Naore gun, which just slides in just here. And this is held together by a MagTech port. Just take it out. And this is the other part of fingers. That goes for the other weapon on the legs, which is held together by pegging this in. Okay, I'm going to talk about the weapons for a bit. As you can see, these quite nicely designed. Okay, and it's a bit weird. Okay, and let's show you the weapons right here. And I'm going to show you the cockpit does open. You just need a finger with a fingernail to open this. And actually, you can put a mini figure inside here, actually, but a very small figure, not that big. Okay. Alright, and the other weapon on both hands, we have MagTech ports as well. Alright, that's basically what I need to talk about for the robot mode, and here's the back of the robot mode. Alright, and that's basically it. I will now transform into the vehicle form, or the alt mode. And now right here you have him transforming his helicopter mode. Okay, you can spin this here. And you can also do that for the tail. Alright. As you can see, here's the vehicle mode. Alright, this is the size of it underneath. And here's the jet set back. And very nice mold. You can hardly see any robot kibble at all underneath here. And right now I'm trying to get him to his gear his alt mode, his gear walk. Right, and here you have him in his gearwalk mode or helipad mode. Here you have Whirl with his weapons all decked out in the gearwalk mode. And here is Whirl transform with his weapons attached. Alright, and this basically concludes the review of Transformers Generations Whirl from the Generations line, the 3D series.